Hey guys, so my name is Humberto Perez and this is my podcast, and I am here today with Justice Stanley. Say hi.
What's going on, people? What's going on? How y'all doing? Am I looking at the camera? What's going on?
Okay, well, yeah, so this is our second take because our first take was bad audio, but today we will be talking about relationships and what's it like in this generation. We left off in the last video basically my input was how I was telling him, like, we were talking about how love nowadays dies out and how you gotta be able to put wood in the fire to keep it going basically. And yeah, that's the thing nowadays. People don't want to put the wood in the fire no more, right? They just want to kind of just let the fire just burn out by itself and eventually go to a new bonfire and just start a new fire. And that's where we left off. So I'm gonna lead it to you, and yeah, we can.
I'm trying to remember. I was saying something about that, which I can't remember. Oh, no. I remember exactly what I was trying to say. I said I was going to use that analogy because I liked it. And so what I was trying to explain was about the love thing. And I was like, so if you take the fire and like you love that fire, you love it, it's your favorite fire, you want to make babies with that fire, you want to marry that fire, you love it. But, and like you was saying, you know, some people don't know how to keep the fire going because, you know, you got to keep putting the wood onto it and stuff like that. Love is like that feeling that, you know, it'll go away eventually. And like, you know, as much as love matters, it's not the most important thing in a relationship. Because think about this, I love that fire. But if I just said I love the fire and I just sat here like, man, I love that fire and didn't do nothing, that fire gonna go out, right? No matter how much I love that fire, that love ain't gonna keep that fire burning. What's gonna keep that fire burning? Me actually doing something, me actually putting in that work to keep going to go get that wood to put on that fire, you know. And then, you know, sometimes, you know, if it's rain, if you got the fire outside and it's raining, it ain't gonna matter how much wood you putting in that fire, because that fire just ain't meant to be at that point.
Actually, right, like I said though, right, you would try to keep that fire alive, right? There's ways. You're right. If it goes out and it's raining, right, you can go out of your way. Prime example, right? I would go and put a cover on top of the fire, right? Something from it, getting it prevented from it getting taken out, right? Just completely. And that's what's love about, right? People need to think outside the box, not just.
Well, it ain't about love. It's about what do you want. Like, what do you want? That's what I'm trying to. Love ain't what really matters. Is what matters is what you want, what you're willing to do for what you want. You know, if you want that love, you know, because you gotta want that love, because eventually love is, like I was saying, love is just a feeling. It can come and go. If you relying on just love, you're gonna struggle because it's just a feeling. So unless you actually putting in that work, unless you going outside of your comfort zone, you know, you're going to go find this cover to put over the fire to make sure the rain don't put out that fire, or, you know, you breaking your back going to go chop that wood to put in this fire or whatnot. You can sit there and love it as much as you want, but if you're not actually doing anything, because it's gonna get to a point where in your relationship where that love ain't gonna mean nothing. You know, it was one of those movies, I think it was one of those Tyler Perry movies where the girl didn't stay with him until the end because she got tired of it. You know, she still loved him, but she got tired of, you know, him. He just wasn't paying the bills. He wasn't really at where he was trying to get to. So when she, you know, a little bit after she had broke up with the man, boom, buddy hit a millionaire. She did all this other stuff. He making all this money and stuff now, and she felt bad, and like she felt like she deserved to be with him, and she deserved all that money and stuff because she was with him through all the hard times and stuff like that. But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that love ain't gonna matter unless you really want that. If she really wanted that, she was supposed to stay there that whole time. But she still loved him, but she left him, didn't she? Because love ain't the most important thing in a relationship. It's that want. If she really wanted that, she would have kept staying. Prove my point.
So to backtrack what you're saying, you keep saying want. What do you mean by want?
If you want to be with that person, you gotta want to be with that person. Love is just a feeling. You can love whatever. I love that couch, but I'm still gonna sell it. But if I say I want that couch, I'm gonna keep it because I want it. Like, I don't want to get rid of that. I love that couch and I want it. You know, I love it and I want it. Them two right there, now together, that's strong. Love and the want. Now that couch gotta be putting in work too. Now, if it starts falling apart and everything like that, like, listen, I love you and I want you, but you ain't holding yourself together. Now I gotta get rid of you. You know, so the couch gotta put in work too. You know, so that other person gotta be putting in work too, because you know it's not. It can't just be one sided. Both sides gotta want it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, shoot. I mean, have you ever had any situation where but you had the love, but then didn't have the want?
Did I ever have a situation where I had the love but didn't have the want?
Yeah, what you just said.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Now let me ask you something. How that make you feel?
Got him.
What you mean?
We fucking got him.
How it made you feel as a man? You know, the fact that, well, let me tell y'all, people, we actually talked about emotions in the beginning of this video. Well, the first video take, but basically how we were talking about empathy, right? How we don't empathize on men, how we don't really seek emotion, all right? Use it as a way of being stronger from it, right? So that's what I'm asking you. You just said, oh, they gotta love isn't just enough. They have to want you too, which that's basically what I was saying about the wood and the fire. But what I'm saying to you is, I just asked you. You said, yeah, I've been through that. People love me, but they didn't want me. So then I'm asking you, how'd you feel emotionally because of that?
About being loved but not wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Emotionally.
What's going on?
Or in other words, how'd you feel? Like what was going through your mind, right? Because
Take me out.
you know.
So I ain't really cared for much since I got heartbroken by my baby mama, because that was like one of the biggest emotional traumas that I've had. She loved me, obviously. She had a baby with me and all that stuff and whatnot. But when I left out to go join the military and stuff like that, came back, boom, she got a whole nother boyfriend. I see a video of her and stuff like that. So it was just like, she didn't want me no more.
Right.
She didn't want me no more.
Right.
And to you know, that hurt, that hit me hard for a moment. So I think I went through about like almost a year of hurt.
Right.
But
so okay, so what I'm saying is, like, for the generation of men, right, the next generation after that, what's something that we can do now that can help us? Because let's be honest, it applies to females, to men as well. Everyone gets hurt, right? Not feeling wanted, right? You might feel loved in the beginning, but not feeling wanted in the long run of it, right? Mm-hmm. So what can we do, right, as a generation to be better? Nothing.
We're doomed.
Doomed.
We're doomed. Bro, I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Like,
real, said 2024 and we are doomed. Bro, love is not in the air.
This new generation, the new generation, was the mindsets of this generation stuff nowadays is just, bro, we doomed. And you want to fix this? Get rid of social media. Get rid of social media if you want to fix it. Are we gonna get rid of social media? No. So guess what? We're doomed. Like, cause.
But let me ask you something though, right? That's a great example, right? You said social media, right, is a big influence in love today and generation, right? Mm-hmm. And you're right, 100%. 20 years from now, social media is going to be in a different kind of marketing, different kind of 40, 60, who knows how it's going to be now, right? But I think you're right. Social media has a big influence, but we can make changes by looking into the social media that we want to, right? Limiting ourselves from the bad social media. If we want to, we can. We definitely can. right? I'm pretty sure like in everyone's TikTok, prime example, my TikTok, right? There's an algorithm that shows all the videos that you like or interest, right? And it pops up on your feed. You don't have TikTok, but I'm just letting you know. And it shows you what your interests are, your likes, and what kind of videos you're into. So if we as a generation start looking at building healthy relationships, seeking positive energy, right? Positive people, right? Seeking goal-oriented people, right? If we start looking at these traits on YouTube and videos, getting more attracted to that, the likelihood of you passing that on will most likely happen, right? People will start following your path if we start focusing that and we start building a community with people of that mindset. That being said, there's still going to be the other half where, hey, I'm gonna go to a club and I'm just do my thing and have fun and what do they call it? They don't even call it situationships, right? So it's like we can't take it away. That's something I know for a fact. We can't take it away, but we could make change, right? We could develop even if it's just 1%, even if it's just a small population. At least we did something, right? Where back then there was, think about it, no social media, right? Back then you would have to, if you want to see a female or a female want to see a male, you would have to go on a bicycle, man, give a letter out or something, you had to write a little. I remember back in high school, back in the day when we had the razor phone, flip phones, then things barely text, man. By the time you get sent to a message, I remember I would pass notes in middle school to my crush. So I would tell my, how the desks were, right? I'll grab a paper and I would, hey, pass it on. Maybe I'm too old, but that's how we, you know what I'm saying? But it's for real. That's what I used to do, right? But it's like we gotta focus more on positivity, man. That's what I truly believe, and it's.
I agree to a certain extent, because at the same time you got to think about, what do people really want? I don't think what they really want is these healthy relationships and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not what they really want.
Amen.
That's not what they really want. Because if that's what they really wanted, they'll be doing what they got to do to get it. What I think another issue is, if they gonna hate me for this one, it's the parents. And the reason I say parents is because I don't want them to hate me too much, because really it's the mothers. But we're gonna say parents for right now. So, because you gotta think about who's raising these kids with these expectations that they have now. Most of these kids and generations that's growing up right now don't even have a 2-parent household. They have these 1-parent households, and majority of these 1-parent households, is the mother being the parent. So it's just like, if we get down to it, the mothers are the one raising these kids in these 1-parent households. So the mothers is the ones who's really having the most say so and influence around with the kids that they're raising. So how many times do you be hearing these people? I just watched this video the other day, and it was just saying, and this goes for a majority of it's gonna go for most of our black people. Mm-hmm. They're saying most of the time blacks are the only race where the women are going around hollering or celebrating or pushing that independency, being an independent woman. Ain't no other race really doing that, about independent or I'm by myself or alone and stuff like that. The other races, for the most part, is doing what they got to do to make sure they keep their family together. That's why we see the Mexicans, they be having all those kids.
Latinos.
But, my bad, I keep saying Mexicans. They gonna hate me for that. Hey, you be seeing a lot of these Latinos, Hispanics, and stuff like that. Whatever. Hispanics is good. You can say Hispanics.
Spaniards, but yeah,
Spaniards.
You say Latinos.
I'm just gonna say Latinos. Yeah. So when you be seeing those of these big families and stuff, but they be still with these significant others and whatnot, because they be making it work. But you got these women who's raising these single kids who's like, and I get it. At the same time, you get these bad apples. So sometimes you be getting these, fathers and, the other parent where they really are a terrible parent. Mm-hmm. You really gotta let that go. I understand those. But we gotta start doing better with selecting who you gonna have these kids with. Having these kids at these young ages because you think, 16 out there having fun and stuff like that, and you got having kids at 16, 18, you think you done found the person you're gonna be with for the rest of your life? Let's think about this logically. You 18 years old. You really think you done found the person that you're gonna spend the rest of your life with at 18 years old? And you ain't even leave out your city yet? And then you on social media and you see these people that look 10 times better, you think that's what you want in your life? Then you gotta think too, people go through drastic body changes as they getting older. Most of the times when people get attracted to somebody, they're getting attracted by these physical looks. If you don't fell in love because of somebody's physical looks, you know, as you getting older, there's other people that's gonna be, you're gonna see something else that looks better eventually. As you're getting older, as you're just moving around, you're gonna see something else that looks better. So if your reason for falling for this person is because of their physical looks, well, now you're gonna find somebody else who looks physically good, and you're gonna mess up because now you're gonna go get somebody else that looks better.
But see, that's I mean, look, see that, right? At the end of the day, right, there's always gonna be somebody more attractive than you. And if you don't believe that, well, I mean, some people, they got some high confidence. They believe they're the baddest thing. Everybody ugly, right? Hey, shoot, there might be some people just like that. But then there's other people, hey, yeah, there's more attractive people out in the world, right? Male and females. But that's where you gotta, I'm going back to what you said. You gotta want them, right? You can't just, hey, look, you might see a top tier man, alpha, just walking right by, and hey, ain't nothing wrong to look. Yeah, go ahead. You know, you want to see somebody? Yeah, there's some people think, right? Not everyone. It's my opinion, but some people think, oh, that's still wrong, right? You shouldn't be looking. You have someone else, right? But sometimes it just happens. You know what I'm saying? You walk in. It doesn't mean I'm saying I'm checking the person out, but like you just walk in, the person just walks by you, and you're like, oh, that's an attractive person, right? So, but you gotta, like I said, you gotta know what you have and know what kind of confidence you have within you. And hey, there's people, kudos to them, that don't even look at other significant others to say, oh, I think that, I don't think they're attractive, but like, oh, that's an attractive. There's people that just don't even act like nothing, you know, might, you know, just walk by, you know, like complete normal, right? But yeah, man, it's a different generation nowadays. Love, and where it comes to be, and don't get me started on just, if we were talking about community, but like if we're talking about like military, right, dating and military relationships, that's a whole different thing. No, that's a whole different other community of relationships, right? That most civilian or most outside people won't understand that portion, which that would be another topic. We'll probably break down for that, and why it's looked as bad or negative, right? Not as positive, right? But just the relationship nowadays in this generation, it's becoming. Well, I actually looked at I think it was an article that said, because we were it was like 50. The divorce rate was 50% or something like that. Supposedly, it has inclined now. It has been the opposite. I forgot which article it was, but
you said incline had been opposite.
So that means
incline or decline?
Decline. My bad. It's less divorces now, which that surprised me when I saw it.
Well, the math on that, is there less divorces because there's less people getting married?
Hey, that's another topic too, because
so that would make sense.
I didn't read the whole thing yet, but basically there's a new thing nowadays, like our generation, like where we don't want to have child due to like financial income, right? Cause shoot, dude, I looked at how much it costs just to raise a kid. It's about $400K, man. Probably even more.
To raise a kid?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it said in the article.
$400K?
Yeah.
For how long? Talking about till the age of 18?
I didn't see how the years, man. All I know is I saw it on like an Instagram post. But what I'm saying is like, right, people of this generation don't want to have a kid because of financial reasons, right? Shit, diapers. I went to Target 3 weeks ago. Diapers be calling $50. That's a haircut. That's a haircut and a gas tank. You know what I'm saying? Just for me, but I'm saying
haircuts you getting, boy. These haircuts about $50 now.
Oh well, hey man.
Gas tank. What kind of mileage your car get? What kind of mileage your car get? Hold on, I need whatever car you driving.
But no, it's like nowadays, it's like, it's saddened, you know. It's to the point where like we got to make the change now, as little as we can. But
I don't know, man. I don't think there's no sad. I think it's done, man. I think we doomed. I think we doomed. That's why, man. I ain't even considering. I ain't even considering marriage until I'm about 40 years old. Where people done calm down. All this hot girl stuff is, man. Do you know? Prime example.
Look, let's think about, right? Who's a celebrity we know, right? That's dating. Not that we know, but we see like the TMZ and stuff, right? Like, prime example. Let's talk about J-Lo.
Who?
J-Lo. Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, what about her? J-Lo.
You know how many marriages she had?
No.
About 6 marriages, man. And I'm just going back what you said. And she what? She, I think, late 50s. Right, late 50s.
That's how she is now.
Think so. Oh yeah, shoot. I think so. Yeah, I think she's like late 50s, something like that. But it just, and she, I think she, I don't know who she's with now. I think Ben Affleck. Don't hold me that. I don't know. I don't recall. But it just comes to show, right? Like, even at that age, like you said, you want to wait till 40. But shit, that can be you. I'm not saying you Jennifer Lopez, but in that situation where it's gonna be like marrying and divorce and marrying and divorce. So it's like, you say we do.
Well, you gotta think, how long was she talking to these dudes before she getting married?
See, shoot, man, I don't know all that info, but I'm just saying, based on that
matters.
I'm just saying, like, you know.
And plus, another thing too is, it's so easy. Like, once you done did it that first time and you done did it that second time, it gets easier and easier to just start. Oh, marry. Oh, it ain't nothing to just get a divorce. To me, marriage means more than that.
Right.
So it's just like, you know, for the people who just feel like, you know, they can get married, just get a divorce whenever it's done. That ain't the logic that I see. I don't want nobody with that kind of mindset who thinking I can just get a divorce and just, you know, nah. Cause once I get married, that's my partner for the rest of my life. No matter what age, we gonna work everything out because that's what marriage is supposed to be. So to sit there and, you know, just keep getting these marriages, keep getting these divorces, man, you might as well just stay in a relationship this whole time. Like, you might as well just be in a relationship so you can just leave without all the extra paperwork and stuff like that. That's why I was like, do it even matter to get? Cause at that point, what is the difference between a marriage and a relationship? Like, just dating. What's the difference at that point? If you're just gonna keep getting it, that just means it's a breakup. What are you even getting married for? Just to keep changing your last name? Just to be able to take some money out of somebody? There's not even a point of getting married anymore if you're just gonna keep getting divorces. So when I get married, that means I'm settling down. That means I'm not looking for nobody else. I don't want nobody else. When I get married, that is my person. So to sit there and just keep getting these divorces, nothing against Jennifer Lopez. Hey, J-Lo, you know, do what you do. But anybody who has that kind of mindset, it's a no for me. Like, if you already got, like, if you on your second divorce, I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't even gonna consider marrying you. Cause I mean, your head is already the littlest things. You'll be ready to get a divorce.
So let me ask you something. So what about, right? Like you said, say you find upon a female, right, and she's a single mother, right? Independent, right? Self-established, well-oriented, family-oriented, all that good stuff, right? And you stumble upon that woman. You tell me you won't even try to but establish some type of level that's significant if you genuinely love that woman and want her.
Here's the questions that I would ask. One, who is the father? How many kids do you have? How many kids do you got?
Let's just say, about 2.
2 kids. Are they by the same dude or different dudes?
Do it matter?
Yes.
Oh, well, we'll say one guy for this scenario. One guy.
Who is this one? Like, what does he do? Is he in and out of jail, or he's a well-established person?
So okay, I get that. So you don't want to, like, what if he's okay? I understand that.
Because you got to think the father is going.
Let's just say he's a well-established man, right? They ended up in good terms. They just co-parenting. Put it that way.
Okay, if it's like that, then all right, cool. She got 2 kids, a dude is, respectable guy and all that good stuff. They ended on good terms and all that stuff. What is she doing?
Let's just say she's a entrepreneur, has her own business and cosmetology, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, that's something I can work with. How old is the kids?
But pause though. Does it matter the kids if you love her?
Yes, the kids matter, because if I love her, that means I love her kids too. The kids matter. It all matters.
But why does the age matter? You just said the kid you would love their kids too.
Yeah, the age do matter.
What does the age got to do with it?
Because if I'm marrying her, that means I'm marrying the kids. So if I love her, that means I gotta love the kids too. I just need to be aware of, okay, look, these kids are 1 and 2 years old, so I gotta be there for these other kids too until they 18, or they could already be 18 and already grown, where I ain't really got too much worried about the kids, because that, you gotta think, that's extra financial things that I gotta take care of too. Because let's say they still young.
What if she says, don't worry about my kids' financial needs, right? I got that situated. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna lose a little respect. It's gonna be a little. So you think as a man, right? That's what you're trying to clarify. As a man, you still want to be the provider, right? Is that what you're trying to say?
Not even that. Not even. I feel like I have to be provider, because honestly, I think that whole concept is stupid. First of all, I think that whole concept is stupid. Mm-hmm. But it's just, if I'm gonna be there for you and I'm gonna fall in love with you and marry you and stuff like that, that means I'm gonna want to do for your kids and stuff too, because I'm gonna treat your kids like my kids.
Right.
But I just gotta make sure. I just need to line, to get your ducks in a row. I need to know what I'm getting myself into. I need to know, because it's planning. You gotta plan. If your kids are, that young, I gotta make sure I'm planning. Okay, boom, I'm gonna help out regardless, whether you say you want help or you don't want help or whatnot. If I'm gonna be there, you can't. If you're gonna be with somebody like that, you can't sit there and say, don't worry about my kids, I'm gonna take care of my kids. Like, no, that's not how this works.
Right.
That's not how this works.
So let's go back, because this is gonna be a very hot topic. You just said, right? You said the man provider is stupid. You said, pause.
The whole concept's stupid.
Stupid. That's a big thing. So let's talk about that. Let's go. Let's take the wheels back a bit. So so most females, right, and some males, most females and some males, were raised that way, right? As a as a man shall provide, right? Mm-hmm. House and stuff like that, right? But then there's other people where they say, well, I don't need a man to provide for me, right? Or opposite, as a woman, I don't need, can go both ways, right? Mm-hmm. And that's another thing I personally, right, that's something I had to, kind of understand that, because that's the way I was raised, you get what I'm saying? Like, as a man, you should provide food on the table, you get what I'm saying? Bills, so forth, right? Mm-hmm. But like I said, it's based on the parents, right? Everything's the parents, right? Because if someone tells you, hey son, or hey daughter, can you take care of this for me, right? Or can you do this for me? It's gonna open their mind more, right? It ain't gonna be about a who's in charge type thing, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I think that's another thing this generation talk about, back to like how you said we're doomed, right? Mm-hmm. But that's another big point, because when I see these videos on TikTok, right, and I say, oh, I see these guys interviews males, right? Let's just say males, and they're like, what do you want from a woman, or what do you see in a woman? And they say, oh, fat old booty. Oh, I need some titties and looking like a pit bull ready to attack you type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they be saying this stuff. I'm not even kidding you. They be saying this stuff on TikTok about the type of women they want, the way they are, describe them. It's just like, damn, dude. Like, and then the females, shoot, they be saying, oh, I want a. They didn't really be getting, like I said, but they typically, they say the same thing. I want a tall guy. I want a male that his income is $600K, $500K, right? Like, that's what they're saying. So I'm thinking, like, there's nothing wrong with standards. I understand that, but there's also a thing we gotta understand is reality, right? In the world that we live in today, and love isn't all about, oh, he needs to have this, that. So this female needs to have this, and this. She needs to know how to cook. She needs to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, back then, the traditional roles, right? Or the traditional wife, the traditional male, right? Yeah, that was applicable, right? Because back then, females would have to, go do their normal traditional female houses, right? Clean the house, do that. Male will have to provide for everything, bills and everything. And that worked, right? But now in this generation, it's not like that, right? Even like nowadays, what's it called? Females are taking over like the working industry. They are, and I get it. Like, great job for y'all, man. I praise y'all. Kudos to y'all doing your thing, and but that's been so high now that men. So we're here, right? And now females have surpassed that, right? So now it's showing men like, oh wow, like she expects so much, so we have to like get up the ladder as fast as we can before they do, right? And it's coming to the point where we're competing with each other, we're fighting each other, and we're like now seeing the bigger picture of everything, right? Why not work together as juntos, right? Together and build that as one, right? But
so man, I think society has already, like, it's like they're trying to hold on to that small little piece while everything around is changing. Because like you just said, this stuff was applicable back then with these roles of a man and roles of a woman, because everybody had their role. The man was out there working, making the money and doing all this good stuff, while the woman was home taking care of the house, the kids and all that good stuff. And boom, fast forward the generation we in now, women is out here making more money than men. And it's just like, now you still want these dudes to be sitting here opening up your doors, providing for you, doing all of this, while you out here making all this money. And some of them, and for the ones that's not making the money, for the ones that's not making the money, a lot of them out there just doing this hot girl stuff, this city girl shit. And it's just like, you still want, you can be out here acting like a hot girl, acting like a city girl, all this other good stuff, and you expecting to find you a good man making this much money and for him not to cheat on you? You really think that? Like, come on. It's not gonna work. Like, it don't work like that.
I just never thought in 2024, right? I will. There's such a word, city girl, city boys. We up one. City girls, we up one. Hot girl shit. Like, what? It's that. You know what I'm saying? Just
it sells. That's what the big thing is. It sells. That's what's making.
And that's what creates and that's what makes other people. Oh, prime example. Let's just talk about males, right? Oh, we're gonna go out with the guys tonight, right? We're gonna go do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? Go holler at some chicks, this and that, right? And girls, they be saying, oh, we're gonna go hot girl shit, do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's the point of, like, it's an influence thing, dude. It's an influence thing, right? And it's seeking the wrong direction.
Cause look, I'm gonna keep it straight up with my son. I'm gonna tell my boy straight up, listen, when you get older, you start making your bread and stuff like this, focus on yourself. Don't be out here, do not be out here providing for no girl who out here on this city girl stuff and none of that stuff like that. Nah. If you want to provide for a girl, ain't nothing wrong with that, but provide for the right ones. Provide for the ones who are actually doing something with their life, who actually got a goal, who actually planning something like that. They out here on that city girl stuff, just out here with hot girls, summer stuff, like just trying to have fun and stuff like that. Nah, ain't nothing wrong with having fun. You can have fun, but trying to be the provider for them, nah. Nah.
Yeah, and I
don't do
mean
that.
that applies vice versa too, right? Because if you have a daughter, right, well, what are you gonna tell your daughter? You're gonna say the same thing, right? Provide for yourself.
Yeah, I'ma tell her,
Don't be provided for no man that doesn't want you, right?
I'm gonna tell my daughter, like, look, I'm gonna tell my daughter, like, if you want to find you a man that's like, because obviously I don't know what they're gonna be like when they grow up. You know, things gonna change. They gonna come up with their own mindsets and stuff. But I'm gonna let them know straight up how the world really works. If you want a man to sit there and take care of you, you better learn how to be a good housewife. If that's what you want, like, be a good housewife.
We're gonna hear a lot of red flags in this one.
Hey, look, you want a man to take care of you, learn how to be a good housewife. Know how to be humble. Don't be out here like trying to don't be doing all this hot girl stuff. Like, respect yourself and all this other good stuff. Like, make a man crave you. Like, make a man really want to wife you down. Don't make yourself too easily available or accessible, because once they get you, they're gonna be that. Think about, I can even use myself for an example. Man, you know how long I used to, man, let me not go too deep into that. Let me stop right there. I ain't gonna go too deep in that. But man, when I tell you, there's some out there, like, you can, social media, you see these girls who doing all this hot girl stuff, and you just be like, man, I want that. Boom, I'll chase that for a little bit. As soon as I get that, yes sir, on to the next. Because that's what she was showing openly available. So that's what I wanted. I got what I wanted out of that. Exactly what she was portraying. But now I'm the wrong one for accepting what she was giving off. You ain't gonna hurt my feelings like that. Tell me I'm wrong. But now I sit there and let's say I got a female, I go on her Facebook page or her Instagram or something like that. She's always covered up. She's always, dressed nice, respectful. It's like she, never on that type of time. And she's like a nice, chill kind of. I'm gonna come at her differently. I'm gonna come at her like, I can see myself with that. Like, yeah, I love to have that as a wife. Now I'm gonna come at her respectfully. And when I do get her, I'm gonna try to hold on to her for as long as I can. Now, there's a lot of times I've tried, it's just sometimes, things just don't work out or whatnot. But those be the ones that you be trying to actually wife up. I'm not about to wife up somebody who looks like they so easily accessible. I was able to get them on the first couple of days, stuff like that. Like, no, man, because if I can do it, I know somebody else can do it. I know somebody else probably done did do it. Somebody else probably doing it while I'm doing it. Like, come on, man. Nah, but I'm gonna tell my daughter, like, listen, if you want to be independent, be independent. Just know that comes with what that comes with. Trying to be independent and stuff like that. Just, I don't know the right word. I think it's like reciprocate or something like that. But just make sure you're giving off whatever you're giving off. You gotta understand what you're gonna be attracting. So if you're giving off that city girl stuff, that hot girl stuff, you gotta know what you're gonna be attracting. Those are all the ones who keep hollering that these niggas ain't shit. The ones who sitting there saying all that. The ones who doing that hot girl stuff. A lot of these nice, chill, calm girls, you don't see them right here hollering saying niggas ain't shit and stuff like that. You know why? Because that's not what they focus on. Either they're not focused on that or they actually getting these most respectful ones. I'm not saying it's going to work like that every single time. Now, obviously, but it lowers the chances. They still not out there hollering that. It's like I used an example a while ago where if you go to a club or go to a bar, you try to you pick up a girl at a club, or let's say a guy you pick up, or even this is vice versa. I use girl, but we can use guys too. You just pick up somebody at a bar or at a club. You're gonna be mad when you find out they was cheating or talking to other people at a bar or at a club, and that's where you found them at. But now let's say you go to a bookstore and you talk to somebody at a bookstore and y'all just happen to talk there. Like, the chances of them, like.
But you don't mean just because she could read, don't mean she can't twerk, brother.
That's true, but that's true.
Just because she can twerk, don't mean she can't be reading at the same time, brother.
That's true. But it's all about lowering that percentage. It's about lowering your chances. It's about, you're trying to find somebody good. So why you're trying to find somebody, the most respectful person that you really can. Mm-hmm. That's like, you want to live a long, happy life, right?
Oh, without 100%.
Majority of people that want to live a long, happy life without, ending up dead, probably wouldn't join the military because they know that they can get sent out to wars and get sent over there and die and stuff, right?
Right.
Which is, so people not gonna join the military because they know, right? So it's all about lowering your chance. You want to, hey, look, some of us ain't really either. We ain't care enough for the money just having to be worth it, so we just join. You know, it is what it is. But it's like reasons like that where it's like you're just trying to lower your chances as much as possible. You can just as well die from your everyday life or whatnot. But you know, if somebody told you, hey, pick a door. This door you have a 60% chance of dying. This door you have a 5% chance of dying. Which door would you choose? I'm gonna choose the 5% door, right? Because you have a less chance of dying. So why pick up
at a 60?
Why, yeah, all right. Man, we did. But so why choose a girl? Why choose a guy? You know that you're picking up or finding at these clubs when their chances of cheating is probably gonna be about a good 60 to 70% chance they're gonna cheat on you, instead of going to these, you know, parks or libraries and stuff where the chances might be down to 40 or 35. You know, the chance is still there. You know, nothing's perfect. The chance is still there, but it's just about lowering that chance. Like, you know, that's what I think. So me, if you see me at a club picking up somebody, I'm just trying to have a good time, not a long time.
In other words, it's a red flag.
It's just about being smart, man.
Nah, you're right, man. Yeah, and I get that, you know, but I mean, hey, at the end of the day, you know, we all want love, right? We all try to see someone to live with, right? To be happy. That's the end goal of everything. Happy, love.
Man, I can go on Facebook Market right now and find somebody to live with.
Man, this man's.
Go on Facebook Market and find somebody to live with. Nah, but seriously, man. I was watching this video the other day, and dude said, he said, "What do you really need somebody else for?" He said, "What do you feel like your girl needs you to, or do you need a girl? Like, what do you need a woman for?" And the dude said it was just like, "Yeah, man." He started thinking. He was just like, "Huh." And he couldn't answer the question. He asked the girl that, you know, they couldn't really answer the question. He's like, okay, if she had a kid and stuff like that, you know, like, would she be able to take care of that kid if you wasn't there? He was like, yeah. Like, all right, so she don't need you to help take care of her kids or nothing like that. So it's like, do you really need somebody else? No, you don't need nobody else. Not unless you just biting off of somebody else. But like, as far as actually needing somebody else, that's a want. You gotta want somebody else, and you gotta want to be with that person that you choosing to be with. So I was like, I like that. You don't really need nobody else, but you gotta want them.
In other words, it's about growth, brother. It's about growth.
Growth, knowing what you want. You know, It's about growth, being able to have that ability where y'all both are trying to be as one. Put it that way. Hey man, I got a good idea for the next video that we need to talk about. It's gonna be about.
Before we start talking about the next topics and stuff, let's conclude this podcast. It just
came to my head, man.
Where are we at? Thank you guys for coming to the show for today's first episode, and we're gonna, you know, have more talks about stuff like this. Kind of talk about life, celebrities, hot topics, love, relationships. She can even be spiritual too. But just a straight up talk, you know. But yeah, this concludes our podcast. My name is Alberto Perez, and this is Justice Stanley, and this concludes our podcast. Peace. Goodbye.
Hey man, drop a like or a comment.